What other one?
Well, the national championship is in Houston. I think the
Where's the other black upstairs? Because I'm going to go grab that one.
Take that one. I think I smoked that.
What else upstairs?
I smoked. Yeah, if y'all looking at the road. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me flip my camera. Here we go. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Tate. Again, I ain't gonna be on here too long. I had to touch point. I got to talk to y'all because you just saw him from number 5 tonight. He completely. Here, I'm back. I think I'm back. I don't know. Probably froze. I'm in the. How I'm looking, man. I'm breaking up again. Y'all already know. This, and I can't go live in the studio because I got a house full of people. So we just gonna ride out. We just gonna ride out on the phone. I might be a little blurry. I might be chopped up a little bit. Yeah, lost my voice a little bit. I know you can hear it. I was in there hollering. All we got to do is beat Louisville and we in the playoffs. That's all we got to do. That's all we got to do. Stay at the door. All right, I'm going to stay here right at the door. Look. Florida was playing dirty. That late hit on Rodemaker was some bullshit. I'm glad we got the call. That was a whole ass hit. Shout out to Tate, man. I don't care what nobody say about Tate. He performed. At the end of the day, he performed. I don't really care what nobody say. I mean, Keon had other than that punt return, man, Keon, look, well, the pass is perfect. I don't want to say the passes was perfect. But if you're the number 8 guy in the draft, like Mel Kiper got you, Keon got to make that catch down the stretch. That's just how I feel. Tate could probably throw a better ball there. I'm not saying he can't, but at the end of the day, when they actually started letting that man throw the ball, you saw what he was capable of doing. You feel me? Tate became a grown man tonight. That throw to Ja'Kai, that's big time. That's big time. So I don't want to hear nothing about Tate. We good. Tate can beat Louisville. I'm telling you, he can beat Louisville. He can beat the teams that's remain on the schedule, and then we'll see what happened in the playoff. And we'll see what happened. Chris Robinson, bro, I ain't on the computer, so I ain't got the normal, video for you. But my man Chris Robinson with the donation, $9.99. He said Orlando on the check-in, 12-0, baby. Where the Miami fans at that was talking during halftime? Where you at? And yeah, the running game took us home. Shout out to Trey Benson. Three tutties on the night. Jared Verse with a dominating performance. We did what we were supposed to do. Against a 5-6 team. That's the way I see it. I mean, you look at Washington. They struggled with Washington State down the stretch. They had to use a trick play to win that game. So we good. We good. I don't care what nobody got to say. Tate did what he was supposed to do. The running game stepped up like we needed him to. And the defense absolutely shut them down in that second half. We are a second half team like we've been talking about. We've been a second half team all year. We're going to continue to be a second half team.
This is who we are.
Y'all
knew this.
Like I tell y'all all the time.
Ain't nothing changed.
You know your team. Understand your team. This is who we are.
They can't keep us out the playoffs.
And that Keon punt return was huge. Yes, it was.
They made up for them drops.
And that D-line 8. Broward County Seminole, that D-line 8. Next up, Louisville. And we already know Louisville, that's
Light work.
That's light work.
They showed that with Kentucky.
Can I do a shot? Bro, we've been doing shots all night.
Oh, well, we got another one. We can do it.
And Alabama got lucky down the stretch.
Bruh. What Duval win? Duval ain't came and said nothing about no shots
I
yet.
think they still in there.
Yeah, so they
Pat P had a great game too. Man, defensive line was eating. Defensive line was
Malcolm
eating.
Ray.
Yes, Malcolm Ray played a hell of a game. Fisk played a hell of a game, especially in that first half. Yeah, Verse, gotta apologize. Any Verse slander, you better apologize tonight. Because Verse is the one. You talk about Trey
That was his
Vincent.
farewell game.
Verse brought it home. Verse brought it home tonight.
Verse said, I'm out.
Verse brought that shit home tonight.
I look for Daryl Jackson in the rotation for the conference championship game.
I agree, Zoe. In my eyes, UF they screwed us on that one play. UF didn't score no points tonight.
Kick some field goals.
UF wasn't doing nothing. I ain't gonna say we. The refs gifted them a touchdown. Gifted them a touchdown. Yes, the whole defense played good, bro. Jarian Jones, got to give a shot to Jarian. He played well.
Locked up.
D-Lo with the game-sealing interception.
Oh, you talking about okay, no, yeah, what you talking about?
No, Andre 3000 there.
Funny part is, the Gators about to cry about the rest. The rest. I don't want to hear nothing about no rest. I don't want to hear nothing about no rest.
They don't even know what that penalty was. You can't tell me it's a person on this earth know what that penalty was.
Hey, one thing about Brock Glenn, he gonna pull the ball. Brock Glenn gonna run the ball. Shout out to Brock, man. He came in there for a couple plays, and he ain't do nothing crazy to lose the game. Shout out to Brock Glenn. So shout out to... We got a team, like I said. I don't know why we was so scared. We got a team. We not just a one-man band. Shout out to Jordan Trav. He was in the building tonight in the skybox watching the game. Like they say, finish for 13. Whatever that means, finish for 13.
I believe. 18, believe.
Did you think we would go to... I honestly didn't. I thought we would lose a game in the regular season. I ain't gonna lie to you. But we didn't, so here we are.
Hold on, what is song 11 minutes long, bro?
Am I smoking a blunt? I can't smoke.
you
No,
know
I ain't
this.
smoking no blunt, bro.
I'm gonna be real with you.
This shit is 11
Ain't
minutes
nothing you
long.
listen to.
Ain't no fucking
Just play a little bit of it. Listen to it. Just go ahead.
or it's like 55 seconds of it.
I thought Johnny played well, to be honest with you. I think Johnny had the one drop. Right? I think Johnny had the one drop. I thought Johnny played well, though.
Even the drop was a tough contested catch.
Yeah, and the drop wasn't the best pass in the world, honestly. So I ain't too hard on Johnny. Keon had some drops that
Double drops.
if he's supposed to be that guy, Keon got to catch that ball. I ain't gonna lie to you. But it didn't hurt us in the end. And again, you got to give credit to Tate Rodemaker because he never put the ball in harm's way.
That's all that matters.
And it's all that matters. You can say what you want. Tate didn't throw no picks, didn't throw no almost interceptions. Whenever they let that man toss the rock, he was tossing
He's
that
on
thing.
target.
Ryan, I think Keon just had he had a tough game.
But
I don't think Keon don't have...
return, man.
Yeah, that punt return is huge. I don't think, Keon don't have a great chemistry probably with Tate Rodemaker if we being real. Tate wasn't ready for the slow developing plays. That's why I say you go to coaching. Why call him? If that's his struggle, don't call him.
Because we didn't need him.
Why call him?
We play.
You let that man drop back and throw the ball?
You ripping it.
He was ripping that shit. Receivers got to catch the ball.
Bro, I see why man to be slipping, man.
Oh, you seen that video too? Oh shit.
Tech down 8. Hey, I hope Tech can pull it out. I don't think they'll pull it out. But that just goes to show you, man, these rivalry games, they are that. I mean, Bama should have lost to Auburn. I don't know how they pulled that bullshit out at the end. But Bama pulled some bullshit out at the end. Washington had to do a fake play to get they win against Washington State. Georgia Tech and Georgia going down to the wire. Like, bro, these are rivalry games. Like, yeah, the defensive game plan was tough. Absolutely tough. Georgia Tech running all over Georgia. Look, bro, I don't care what nobody say. We can play with anybody. Yeah, Auburn choked that shit away. Defensive line dominated, D. Took the game over. Hit the like button, y'all. I don't know how long. I ain't going to be on here too long. Gonna finna go in there and turn up. Probably play some spades or some.
Hey, I gotta redeem myself. Gotta redeem myself.
But the playoffs right there. Next week, Louisville, Charlotte. Louisville just showed you that they ain't nothing to rip and rave about. $53 still needs to be benched. How many points do you have scored? What? A field goal. I think they only got a field goal in the second half. I would say suck it.
Hey, man.
Miami fans ain't gonna be in here. They was in here during halftime, but they ain't got nothing to say now. Lost in front of Tebow. Bad luck. Look at Queen City. Here we come. Georgia Tech may have missed their chances up. I ain't even watching that game because I didn't expect it to be close. So we'll see what happened with that. But we about them spades, and I said, hey, we about to go in there and get these spades game going. Miami going to the goddamn Cornflake Bowl. Ain't nobody worried about no hurricane. Damn sure ain't worried about no gator. They not even going bowling, so we ain't got to worry about that. The Jeremiah Smith flip, we'll see what happened with that. We'll see what happened with that. LJ McCray flip, we'll see. I mean, hey, anything's up right now. FSU came out and did what they were supposed to do. That's all I care about. Blessings to you, Antonio. I love the way Tate played. I'm not going to lie. Was he perfect? No. If you expected him to be perfect, well, then you had unfair expectations. But Tate came out there and he played like a pro. And he balled out when he needed to. He made the throws when he needed to. Verse showed why he is an NFL prospect. Verse came out there and dominated. Pat Payton came out there and did that thing. That's the end of the. That's at the end of the day, we dominated the lines of scrimmage, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And like I said, they freshman quarterback, he couldn't make the plays to win the game. He couldn't make the plays to get the game. That's what I was telling y'all before. And Tate can make the throws. Guys got to catch the ball, and we got more practices coming up. Hopefully him and Keon can get in a better rhythm. But you got to be happy tonight.
What you
looking for? So we didn't use the other than Jaheim, we didn't use the tight ends as much as I thought maybe we should have. I thought Morlock should have got a little bit more chances to shine. Biscuit was another one that we could have maybe involved a little more, but we didn't. Ultimately, we got the W, though. That's all that matters. Mad respect for Tate. Yeah, got to have respect for Tate. That's a tough environment to play in prime time, and he went and got that shit done. After everybody saw, oh, we done. They dropped us out of the top 4. All that bullshit. And for what? So Tate Rodemaker can go out there and lead this team to a victory. No, I think Glenn's a gamer. I ain't gonna lie to you. Whenever Glenn's number is gonna be called, he gonna play. Shout out to Brock Glenn.
Shit, even though he played for like a split second.
Yeah, he only played a couple snaps, but future bright. The future bright in Tallahassee. They got the tight ends involved. They got to get the tight ends involved. They didn't in this game. Maybe going forward, they will. It's obvious that Tate Rodemaker got a lot of confidence in Johnny. That's basically was his main target. But that was Jordan Travis's main guy, too. Even with Keon, Jordan always kind of leaned on Johnny to move the chains. And they always go to Keon for the big play. So that just shows that they didn't quite go away from the original game plan. Again, the first half I thought we called a terrible game. I thought in the second half we called a much better game. There still was some play calls that I wasn't a fan of. Again, when you start talking about Rodemaker's strength, we did some things that I wasn't a fan of. But Rodemaker stayed in there. He was poised. He didn't get rattled. And again, he made the right read. Say what you want about Tate. Yeah, he need to, with more time, he'll get better. But to my opinion, I don't think Tate looked rattled. I just think they called a terrible first half. I'm not going to lie to you. That's just my opinion, though. If y'all think Tate looked fake, I mean, it's hard not to get rattled in the first half when we getting safeties, we just couldn't move the ball in the first half. That's hard on any quarterback. But, man, does it feel good to beat them Gators, to keep them out of a bowl game in Billy's second year. We good. The Rambling Wreck is going down. Yeah, I bet. I mean, that's not a surprise. That's not a surprise. At a minimum, man, you bring in a transfer just to compete in case Tate Rodemaker goes down. But, I mean, we'll see how Tate play in that Louisville game. And we'll see how he play in the rest of the season, the bowl game. If we get the college football playoff, we'll see how he look there. But to me, Tate Rodemaker looked like he did his damn thing. So as far as I'm concerned, hit the like button. This game was necessary for Tate, including the safe play call. The game helped Tate grow. On the late sack on Tate, I think they told Tate, hey, you got to pull. So I think that was a bad play call, Tyler. Now, we can agree to disagree. But I think that was, in that situation, I don't like the play call. And shout out to Tate, man. He had some pocket awareness. He knew the blind side blitz was coming. And I was afraid he was going to fumble, and he held the ball. So, again, I mean, we can nitpick it. You feel me? I didn't like the play call there. Again, I resort to play calling. You know you got the quarterback, and you know what his strengths and weaknesses are. And as far as I'm concerned, on some of them play calls, I don't think they played to Tate's strengths. Glenn is QB1 next year. We'll see. 12-0, perfect regular season. Now it's time for some postseason play. How will a little loss affect us next week? If you're talking about for Louisville definitely going to be out of the top 10. It don't affect us much, man. We just got to win. You win. There's no justification for keeping Florida State out of the top 4. Just win. I think Cromartie going to be that dude. He may not be ready next season, but by year 2 he might be playing. He has the highest upside of the 3. I don't disagree. I hear you, Joe. He says, I say Tate needs to make adjustments quicker. Too many delayed games and close delayed games. Again, y'all going to think I'm hating, and I ain't hating. Coaching staff got to get the play calls in there faster, man. You got a second time starting quarterback who ain't had to play. You got to get the play calls in there, man. Georgia survived. UF and UF. Oh, they definitely crying. Miami fans spent all week rooting for Florida. No pride. Straight pathetic. Corey says, man, you call NFL passing concepts for Tate. No dagger smash. We never call a 7 route. No slants. No hitches. Slot fade. I'm trying to tell you. Call to that man. He can make the throws. Call to Tate strength. I love that comment, Corey. You got to call the plays for that quarterback because he can make the throws. You know what player keeps crossing my mind? To come in and transfer that guy Spencer Sanders from Ole Miss. Georgia only beat Tech by 8. We'll see. Michigan's going to be number 1. Georgia's definitely not going to fall out because, they're the 2-time back-to-back. Georgia's won 30 games straight, something crazy like that. But there's no justification for keeping Florida State out of the top 4, especially with Ohio State losing. The whole college football will be under pressure if we win next week and don't get. They're not gonna do it. They can't do it. There's no justification for it. Like you said, we can't lose and get left out. We covered the spread. If Washington wasn't playing the playoffs, it would be the same as TCU last year. I think we match up well with everybody right now. I don't look at Michigan and worry. I don't look at Washington and worry. Georgia's a different animal, but at the same time, I think we can line it up. Who's gonna break the rock? It's gonna be Trey and it's gonna be Verse. Them two got to break the rock. Love the Knowles, love you. Hey man, love you too. I sure hope we can meet GA. I really feel like we can play them for sure. Michigan 1, Georgia 2. Yeah, I like that. They'll probably put Washington 3 though. I agree. Alabama can beat Georgia. Alabama did not look good today against Auburn, but it's the Iron Bowl. Again, everybody struggled in that rivalry game. But I think Alabama, I've always said Alabama matches up nicely with Georgia. Trey and Tate, you say Trey and Tate broke the rock? Oh, they Verse deserved to be in that. Verse deserves to be in that. But I ain't mad at Tate because, again, Tate could have came out there. Tate could have threw 2-3 interceptions and lost us the game. And he didn't. And that's all we needed. Like we said, Tate Rodemaker, as long as he don't turn the ball over, we Gucci. And not only did he not turn the ball over, the man made clutch throws when throws needed to be made. Converting big time when we needed it. Got to give Tate his props. And I ain't been the biggest Tate Rodemaker fan, so this is coming from somebody who's had my doubts about 18 as well. FSU is 12-0. Thought it was possible. Didn't expect it. I don't even care if we leave FSU out of the college football playoffs. But hold on. Let's get the ACC title. This game right here is why I still hate the Gators more. That game. I'll say this about the Gators more so than the Hurricanes. The Gators didn't come to fold. And I ain't saying Miami came to fold, but the Gators said we gonna make it dirty, we gonna make it nasty. And I was in there saying this is an old school rivalry game right here. I said that in there. I didn't like the late hits and all that bullshit, but guess what? Florida said, hey, we going to leave it all out on the field. I ain't mad at them for that. They got their ass beat, but I ain't mad at them for that. They can't bash them no more. They expect... Hey, everybody thought, oh, without Jordan Travis, this team ain't... Who cares? Verse had a monster game. Yo, I missed the first half. What was the bad call I keep hearing that gave him a TD? Man, Keem Dent Blitz got a sack. A clean hit. A clean hit. And they called unnecessary roughness. Absolutely egregious call. I'm John Harrell. If you get a chance, I'm pretty sure you can YouTube it and find it. It was one of the worst calls I've ever seen in the history of the sport. And I ain't just saying that because I'm a Florida State fan. One of the worst calls I've ever seen. One of the worst calls I've ever seen. Yeah, lying, spitting. Absolutely. There's playing. There was on some bullshit tonight, and we still got that. I respect UF more because they actually... I don't want to say I respect nothing about Florida. You're going to keep it a buck with you. I don't respect nothing about them. For real, man, we were running it. It was like we were running on I. Refs are rigged. I don't know what that was, Ryan. Absolutely garbage. We continue to run the state. What's up, Zay? Good to see Zay in here. At least he came to at least give some respect. I appreciate that, Zay. I really didn't think Tate was coming back from the badass hit he took, which was dirty. But again, respect to him. He didn't have to do anything because Trey Benson took it to the house. Right. I can't recall a Miami player ever spitting on a Florida State player. Man, to hell with everything that got to do with orange and blue. So that I ain't got no respect for Florida after that bullshit. I mean, yeah, they came to play. They played a gritty, tough game. But that late hit, spitting on players, I mean, just trash-ass play from the Gators. Every game, Rock, that defensive in the second half. Say what you want about Adam Fuller, he make adjustments. Say what you want about Adam Fuller. And not just Adam Fuller, but the team, the players. In the second half, them players come to play. I don't know why. I don't know why it take them a half to get greased and lubed up. Pause. But they do. So everything about Florida can go to hell. And I'm trying to keep it PG a little bit. Trying to keep it a little PG. But everything about Florida can go to hell. Because they played a dirty-ass game tonight. They played a dirty-ass game and still took the L. Oh, no. They got Joe Johnson. I already talked about number 20. But at the same time, number 20 ain't spitting on nobody. I'll give him that. Number 20 ain't never spit on nobody. Jeff with the $20 bomb. He says the AC refs sucked, as usual. It was close, especially in the first half. I thought we were... hold on, I lost you. I thought we were separate quicker than that. Thought we would separate quicker, but we got under control. Second half and shut them out. We won the game. I'm so happy. Bro, that's some, trailer park, Bush League, you call it whatever you want to call it. That was some hoe ass shit. Is Washington going to drop? Probably not. but they hate us. But they can't keep us out. They can't keep us out. Despite all the hate, FSU continue to do what FSU's supposed to do. We are like a good counter-punching boxer. We take punches and then we counter-punch every time. That's a fight in someone. Yeah, that's... I said that when it happened. I said Keandre Jones is a better man than me because he took that spit to the face and he let the penalty be called. He sucked it up and he kept playing. Most people would have tried to throw, most people would have got in trouble. And Keandre Jones would have been in his right if he would have swung on dude and got into a fight. And they both would have got kicked out. But he would have been in the right. But he didn't do that. So shout out to Keandre Jones. You're a better man than most of us. You're a better man than most of us. OSU got to drop out. Absolutely. OSU got to drop out. It seems like we're a second half team. That's all there is to it, Kenny. Been saying it all year. Second half team. That first half, we have them right where we want them. Every time. That first half, down or up, we got teams right where we want them. Second half, we come out and do what we're supposed to do. 4-7, 24-21, both games against. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't. And FSU doing it without their starters. Here's for most of the night. Darius and Byers out there playing tackle most of the night. We just banged up at that tackle spot, and yet we continue to win. All these OSU boys calling for Ryan Day's head has me pissed off, low-key. OSU fans are so spoiled. Hey, when you can't beat Michigan, Tyler, you can understand why. Most definitely eject me immediately. Oh no, I hear you, bro. I'm on your page. That ain't part of football at all, spitting. But shout out to, again, Keandre didn't hurt the team, and you can't do nothing but respect it. But again, he wouldn't have been wrong if he would have fired off on dude. But let me get on out of here, man. Tomorrow we're gonna do a whole full live stream, the right way, the normal way, without without all the bad internet connection. I'm going to get in here, get with the folks, and celebrate the rest of the night. And y'all celebrate. I don't know what y'all doing on this Saturday, but again, happy Thanksgiving weekend to all of y'all. FSU continues to roll. FSU continues to do what we supposed to do. So shout out to them Knowles. Shout out to Mike Norvell. Shout out to Tate Rodemaker. And shout out to Jared Verse and Trey Benson for taking us home. Next up is Louisville, and then next up the college football playoff, because I don't see us losing to Louisville. So shout out to everybody. Y'all hit the like button. And, tomorrow, I don't have a time yet, but don't worry. I'll post it before I go live. Y'all have a good... I'll post it a few hours before I go live, whatever time I decide. And we're going to have a good old in-depth conversation on these sorry-ass Gators. But shout out to y'all, man. Y'all have a good rest of y'all night. And I'm going to get on up out of here, man. Yeah, y'all book y'all tickets to the ACC Championship. But I'm out, chill, y'all. Y'all have